Top of the morning, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Dose. Jeremy Clevin here. Get the magic man by my side, sitting a little further than I'd prefer. The furry animal behind the glass, Mr. Byron Filson.
Hi.
We got two young studs back in the office with us. Not the office, hello. The studio. Back in the studio. Peter Sandoval, Mike Swanson, Gents, S Group. Welcome back.
Hey, thanks for having us back again.
So yesterday we were, let's just jump in. You guys know how we do it around here. We'll make this short and sweet. We were talking about your guys' platforms with, the various, kind of lead generation platforms. We're talking about, hitting the phones, I guess those platforms of what to use, right? The systems of the, people can use. So now that we got people on the phone, now that we've pulled the list, now that we have the numbers, we make the calls, we get people on the phone, what do we say? First of all, did you guys start with I guess, textbook scripts, more or less, when you first started calling?
Yeah, so, we had a script that we kind of used to use on the team that we were previously on, and it worked. But the biggest thing for us is that it's not really so much about the script, because the script obviously is just a guideline. So we kind of tailor each conversation to each person, depending on, kind of how we feel the conversation should be addressed. So we do have a few different scripts as outlines, but I wouldn't say that we have, a booklet of what you should say when you're on the phone.
More internalized scripts.
They're kind of like more or less, like Peter said, they're guidelines. It's a conversation starter. You're not going to, if you're just going to read a script and to every single person, you're not going to have any success.
Of course.
Because they're going to understand you're reading a script, because we're not salespeople, right? We actually care. We're trying to
It's just a guideline.
It's a guideline. We're trying to create item of value. Why? And the biggest three things that we always say is to any seller, any kind of appointment, or any conversation over the phone is, do you like me? Do you trust me? Do you believe I can sell your home? That's it.
Know, like, and trust you. That's the saying, right?
Yeah.
And they have to.
So how do you convey that? How do you get them to understand that or believe that over the phone?
We have certain qualifying questions that we do from the script, but at the same time, we just listen and understand their situation, because a lot of people say the same thing. My last previous agent didn't have great communication. They overpriced the home. They weren't doing their job. I can do this. Well, let me show you that, we are not better, but we're different, right? We're not trying to be better than the next agent. That's why, if you're an agent coming on and spilling your secrets, you're not afraid of the competition, right? You're always trying to do better. Yeah, you're trying to create item of value to your consumers.
So give us one example of a question you think that's different that you ask a seller to get the trust.
Oh, you want me to answer?
We're just putting you guys in the fire. You know what I'm saying?
Just on the spot.
Yeah.
Because I think everybody kind of has their own.
Well, here's the biggest thing that I say between us and other realtors. Mr. and Mrs. Seller, I can truly appreciate that. The biggest things that, you don't want from an agent is you don't want someone to place a sign in your yard, put it on the MLS, pray that another agent comes in and tries to sell you their home. We're going to basically come in and we're going to prospect every day for you. We're going to basically hammer the phones. We're going to door knock. We're going to do open houses. We're going to keep the communication open. We're going to make sure that we're going to sell this home for the best price we can get it for, and the soonest we can, because we know how important it is for you to make that next move to Denver or LA or even here in town or to a better school district.
Or downgrade, upgrade,
or
side
downgrade, upgrade.
Yeah,
That's all in their motivation, right? That's what we try to get, is their motivation, and then we go from there. Because the best thing to do is when people understand that, they literally say, honestly, it was great talking with you. We have so many great testimonies, and it puts a smile to my face. I know it does to Peter when we make sure we can take care of these people.
Well, let's be real, too. There's some aspect of a seller that wants to hear you without necessarily saying it this way, that I'm the best. I'm going to do it faster.
Highest price.
I'm going to sell it faster. The highest price. Yeah, sign here.
They hear it all the time.
That's what he says.
They hear it
but
all
that's
the
what
time.
they want to hear. They
To
want
a
to hear
degree, but the
not
way,
that way.
yeah,
you guys are laying it out why, but sellers do want to hear.
Right.
Why do I list with you? Because I'm
you're
better than
eloquently-
everybody else, and I work harder than everybody else, and I'm going to do it quicker and more for more money.
Sign here.
Yeah, sign here.
I'm
Just sign on the dotted line.
Yeah.
That's the idea.
very eloquently.
No, for sure. And definitely we're definitely persistent, but we like to be pleasant persistent in the sense of
course,
making sure that you feel comfortable with us.
Approach too it's
100%.
all about approach and how you're talking to them.
So then you go to the meeting, or I'm sorry, into kind of meeting mode. Setting up an appointment. Any tips, any things you guys do on that front, anything that's different outside the box, or do you guys want to talk about, follow-up process?
Yeah, no, of course. So kind of going into our appointments, kind of something that we do that we've started to tailor as of late, and it's kind of been working, is that we have started to ask for just 30-minute segments with people. We'll kind of bring them, and very low pressure, nothing in regards to we're going to bring a booklet of paperwork that you're going to sign. Just say, hey, we want to come down, meet with you, see what your needs are, kind of get to know each other a little bit better. And, if the meeting goes well, then, we can kind of proceed, whether if you guys are interested in hiring us as your agent. If not, then no hard feelings. It might be that you don't like us or we don't like you. Maybe your, goals are a little bit unrealistic. So that's kind of where we have to kind of tailor that as well, because there's a lot of sellers that we come across that, want that premium price. And, the unfortunate thing is that the market hasn't actually appreciated to where that needs to be. So, we're not afraid to shut those people down, because, at the end of the day, if we take on a listing that's overpriced, we're not doing them any service. So,
or yourself.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
No, you're wasting time, money, everything. Yeah.
And it seems like what you guys are doing, like you said before, you're just going into appointment setting mode. I mean, that's the bottom line, is what I'm getting out of all this.
Yeah.
Which is just stop complaining, make the appointment, say what you have to say, give me 10 minutes, give me 5 minutes. I'll come over for a minute. If you don't like me,
door.
I'll walk away.
You guys are reaching out.
You're reaching,
we always say,
offense.
the two funnels, right? I mean, it all can be traced back to either marketing or prospecting. And like you heard Russell talking about last week,
that's all he said.
If you're going to be a prospector, you have to be reaching out for business, right? Prospectors reach out, whereas, the marketing's more defensive, kind of coming to you in a sense. What are those things that you're going to do? And you guys have obviously, found that niche. So 4 hours on the phone every day, expired door knocking.
Yeah, and mainly with that too, going back to the follow-up, I mean, our follow-up is hopefully second to none. I mean, we're going to reach you until we get a hold of you, until we get an appointment, or until we feel it's a dead lead. I mean, Joshua Smith said it perfectly. He doesn't quit until he actually gets an appointment or calls a person 15 times. How many agents?
Buy or die.
Yeah, buy or die. How many agents?
Make a move or not.
Yeah, how many agents actually go out and do that work with the follow-up? We always say fortunes than follow-up. They don't.
Yeah, they don't.
Because it's too hard. And like you said, they're either going to put a bunch of money into marketing or they're going to really work hard. I think, though, you have to do both. If you're in marketing, you're going to spend a lot of money on dollars. You still have to work hard. Or if you you work hard, you're still going to have to spend some money. So it's a give and take. So
you get the appointment. Okay, what's the follow up process? Or let's say you get somebody on the phone that is interested, but they're not. They're just shopping around, kind of a thing. What's your follow up process for people after you get them on the phone?
So the follow-up process is really, I mean, depending on, obviously we'll ask them the qualifying questions. How soon are they looking to buy? What's their current situation? Are they leasing? Do they currently own? Whatever their scenario is, we want to be able to tailor our follow-up to kind of their life plan. So let's say, for instance, their lease is up, 6 months from now, we'll be sure to find out if there's some type of issue with the credit or, what type of concerns they might have, so that we can go ahead and start addressing them now. So that we can maybe start shopping,
or shopping in 4 as opposed to 6.
Right. But, I guess just as an example. So that's kind of the biggest thing. So once we actually start that, we'll touch with them probably, if they're about, several months out, we'll touch with them once or twice a month. And once we get closer, it'll be a weekly basis.
So phone call or?
A phone call, email, text, depending on, their availability. If they're not getting back to us, we'll text, call, email.
I love it. So you're making
your
a
youngsters
point,
using a fancy CRM to take all these notes on the follow up.
Top producer's the one.
Yeah,
like
I mean that's what
good.
we started with Keller Williams. It hasn't failed us. I mean, there's others out there, but honestly, I just say get something that
Just
works.
get something.
It doesn't matter.
That's what everybody says.
Doesn't matter.
Russell made a good point too. I know we're talking about you a lot today, Russ, but it's just the way it is. He said
He's just here.
He said
He's here with us in spirit, right?
Yeah.
He sat where you're sitting. So he said he's like, I don't know what it is. It's just we use it and it's fine. Stop wondering.
Yeah,
and that was
matter.
a question someone was asking. Just
Right.
have something. So you'd mentioned open houses. Let's talk about it tomorrow because we're not going to have time to dive in
Sounds
what your
good.
guys' process is, what you do, and then also the open house follow-up, because that's different, right, than this type of follow-up. So
It's a little bit different, yeah.
guys, quick plug. Today at, is it 10 o'clock, Jeremy? At the Scottsdale office, don't quote me real quick, I believe it's 10 o'clock, we have a class that's taught by Rich LeGrand with One Avenue Home Inspection. It is at 10 o'clock. I was right. Good deal. as I pull up the calendar. Inside the inspection, guys, really boiling out, warranted items, non-warranted items, getting down to what to ask for, what are minor kind of, call it upkeep repairs, and what are major repairs, because those are important, how to look for them, how to discuss it properly, and also how to win on that Binzer, so to say. So 10 o'clock today, come one, come all. Thanks. Have a great day. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See ya.